Time for Countdown's number 2 story, tonight's worst person in the world. The bronze to Jake Tapper of ABC News, following up on yesterday's revelation of suck-up emails to Governor Mark Sanford's office in hopes of getting an interview with him. Tapper on June 23rd, subject, NBC spot was slimy. For the record, I think the Today Show spot was pretty insulting. Find cheek, plant, kiss. Now it's gotten worse. First, an ABC News vice president said Tapper was, quote, carrying some water for producers who knew he had a relationship with the governor's office. Then Tapper got mighty defensive. On Twitter, there was no story at the time, just mystery as to where he was. Only ones who knew about the affair, him, wife, mistress, and the state. The South Carolina newspaper, not the actual state. Then also on Twitter, the email reflects a clumsy attempt to harm a competitor's chances of getting an interview, nothing else. Then finally, the Sun broke through in an email to Politico. Busted. In retrospect, the story I was referring to wasn't slimy enough. At that moment, the only ones who knew of the governor's affair were Sanford, his wife, his mistress, and the state newspaper, but I shouldn't have said that, and I'll try to leave the media criticism to others from now on. Good thinking, because what's slimy is for a news organization to offer to not cover some of the news as part of an agreement with a newsmaker or an agreement with another news organization or anybody for that matter. The runner-up, Boss Limbaugh, just another half step away, taken from reality and the old living in glass houses things. There's a show on MSNBC named after a horse. The Ed Show. A talking horse. I think they brought the horse out of retirement to host the show. And the horse, Mr. Ed, is talking to a former CIA officer. So because Ed Schultz's first name is Ed, his show is named after a horse, meaning that since Rush Limbaugh's first name is Rush, his show is named after a rush, like a drug rush. But our winner, Obama birther and General Nutbag Orly Tates, who's now gotten another Obama birther fired. We told you yesterday that Stephen Frederick Cook, Major U.S. Army Reserves, had his attorney Tates sue to get him out of an assignment to Afghanistan. The claim was Obama's not really president, so he couldn't really order anybody to serve anywhere. One thing Ms. Tates never mentioned in publicizing the suit, Cook had volunteered for service in Afghanistan and then sued to stop it. But as a volunteer, he could simply change his mind, and the Army could not send him there, meaning the suit was a transparent political stunt. The Army has already vacated Cook's orders. He's not going to Afghanistan. But what this dim bulb Tates, and what increasingly looks like her sap of a victim Cook, did not consider was, in civilian life, Cook is a systems engineer for a Pentagon contractor. Naturally enough, the Army, sued by a guy, has the right to say he's not welcome at Department of Defense facilities, which is exactly where Cook was working. Not anymore. Look, Major Cook, by now you must have gotten the hint that this obsession with a birth certificate already endorsed by one of your home whack job sites, WorldNet Daily, it's clouding your judgment. It has become increasingly poor cover for your real issue with the Obama presidency. Steer out of the skid. See if you can give that advice to, if after costing you your job she hasn't gone into hiding, Orly Tates, tonight's worst person in the world.